हेलो दोस्तों, हम शुरू करने जा रहे हैं एक ऐसी सीरीज जो कि पीजी स्टूडेंट्स के लिए काफ़ी हेल्पफुल रहेगी, जिसमें हम प्रोफेसर मंजू से बात करेंगे। जैसा कि अभी आप जानते भी हैं कि एनटीए ने पीजी एडमिशन्स फॉर्म निकाले हुए हैं, तो उनसे थोड़ा इसके प्रोसेस के बारे में भी जानेंगे। और आगे पीजी स्टूडेंट्स के लिए रिसर्च फील्ड स्कॉलर्स के लिए क्या क्या ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल हैं, फ़ॉरेन स्टूडेंट्स के लिए क्या ऑप्शन अवेलेबल है, और जो हमारे इंडियन स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो फ़ॉरेन में जाके यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में रिसर्च कर सकते हैं, उसके लिए क्या क्या ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल है। तो चलते हैं सीधा प्रोफेसर मंजू मैम के पास में और उनसे बात करते हैं। सबसे पहले तो जो अभी एनटीए ने एडमिशन फॉर्म्स निकाले हुए हैं पीजी स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, उनके बारे में, उसके प्रोसेस के बारे में सारा कुछ जानते हैं सीधा मंजू मैम से। तो मैम, अभी भी कुछ ऐसे बच्चे हैं जिन्होंने अब तक फॉर्म फिल नहीं किया है और लास्ट डेट आ चुकी है फॉर्म की, और वो अभी जल्दीबाजी में फॉर्म फिल करने लग रहे हैं, तो आपका कोई एडवाइस उनके लिए कि क्या करें?
Right. Jaldibaji mein people are in haste to fill the form, but the good news here is that the date has been extended. NTA today morning, I suppose there was a notification stating that the date now is 7th or 8th of February. So you have time, and don't do it in haste, because I see this from our previous experience. Those students who are doing it in haste, they actually miss lots of important things, and some of them are not eligible for admission. So don't do this in haste. You have time, and do it in a proper manner, in a way that check the spelling of your name or maybe date of birth. And I tell you from previous experience of mine, the students write their father's name, the spelling is wrong, and then they keep sending me messages that, ma'am, would it matter, my father's name spelling is not right. And another thing I tell you, in haste, students click the category wrong, meaning they will fill that they belong to OBC, but they are not. So when they are not in OBC, they will be granted admission in OBC, and then they are not able to change it. Even in the correction window, you have limitations. So what I'll tell you is, take care of your points which are important. And what are the important points? One is, you should write the spelling of your name absolutely carefully, and it should be correct, both surname and name spellings. I am saying your date of birth should be exact, there should not be any error, your father's name, your caste, and the subject which you have chosen, meaning there should not be any problem later on. And I also suggest you to take a snapshot of the fees you have submitted. Another thing, when I come to the lots of other thing, another thing is that students, they don't, they feel that they have uploaded the documents, but they have not. So when they have not saved their application properly, lots of unexpected bad things happens with the students. So these are the few things which I thought you should take care of when you are filling the form. And please don't do it in haste. Do it, give it proper time, and do it properly, so that you don't suffer after that.
तो मैम, जैसा कि आपने अभी बताया कि एनटीए ने एडमिशन फॉर्म का डेट एक्सटेंड कर दिया है, सो आपका कोई एडवाइस उन बच्चों के लिए जिन्होंने फॉर्म फिल कर दिया है और जिन्होंने अभी तक फॉर्म फिल नहीं किया है?
Those who have filled the form and registered themselves, they cannot do anything right now, because their form is already gone to the computer, and it can only be changed when the correction window opens. But for those who have not filled the form, can avail this opportunity and fill the form carefully. This is what I can say, the points I told you just now. And another thing which I could add here is that when you are filling your form, choose the subjects very carefully. Now, how do you choose the subject? There are 2 points here. One is that you should be very good in that subject, and the other thing is that falls in your life plan and goals, that studying that subject will take you where you want to go in life. So fill your options of the subjects carefully, and as I remember, you have to pay the course wise. Suppose you can, at the maximum you can opt for 4 courses, and there is an additional fees of 700 rupees per course. But I always feel it's a good idea to opt for more than one course, because then you have a choice. And the curricula of, and again I would advise you to go to NTA website and look at the curricula for that course, the from which portion the questions are going to come. And if you are in biology, you will notice that The certain segment of curricula is common in several courses. So at this stage, what I can tell you is that be careful, do your homework well, do an exhaustive survey before you actually fill the form, and fill the form when you are stress free and not in any haste, because this is an important thing of your life, right?
सो मैम कुछ बच्चे ऐसे हैं जो सी यू ई टी यू जी बैकग्राउंड से आते हैं और उनको अभी ये कन्फ्यूज़न है कि वो थर्ड ईयर में एग्ज़िट ले लें या फिर फोर्थ ईयर करके उसके बाद पीजी एडमिशन फॉर्म डालें। उनके लिए आप कोई एडवाइस देना चाहते हैं?
Yes, this is a very, I understand this is a very unique situation where this time in master's admission, the UG students who plan to take exit will also be giving the exam, and those students which passed out last year are also giving the exam. I would say those students who are in the third year now and they take exit, or even without taking exit, if they are giving master's entrance exam, they are at a benefit, because they have another try next year, and secondly they have appeared in the CUET earlier also. So they have the experience of dealing with CUET, meaning how to get the best college or best course for yourself. They know they will not fail in filling the examination form. Because they have suffered because of the errors, they will not do those errors now. So they will be at advantage, but I don't think the students who are doing it for the first time are lacking anywhere. So, but they have to be careful and they should know whom they are competing with. So I don't think it makes a major difference, but you have to be prepared in what situation you are.
तो मैम जैसा कि हमारी ऑडियंस कुछ परसेंट फॉरेन स्टूडेंट्स भी हैं और वो भी इंडियन यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में एडमिशन लेना चाहते हैं, तो उनके लिए भी एनटीए ने एक सिंपल प्रोसेस दिया हुआ है। बट जो उनको प्रॉब्लम होती है मेन सेंटर्स की, कि एग्जामिनेशन सेंटर वो कहाँ पे डालें या क्या करें।
Advise the curricula, if they are taking admission and they've been outside India, they should first of all look at the curricula whether that falls in their range, meaning the exam will be exhaustive. Master's exam will not be like undergraduate. They will check your in-depth knowledge of this subject. That is one thing. And the other thing which I could say is that they don't have to travel to India for giving the exam, because we have few centers. I just noticed there are few centers outside India also, UAE, Germany, and one more country I remember. So if you are closer to that place, you can go there to give the exam, not necessarily coming to India, but your preparation should be exhaustive. It will not be easy because they will check your in-depth knowledge about the subject where you are aspiring to do masters.
तो मैम अभी कमेंट्स में एक क्वेश्चन आया, एक बच्चे का डाउट है कि उसको कितने डिसिप्लिन्स में फॉर्म फिल करना चाहिए, लाइक एक में भरे, दो में भरे, या मैक्सिमम 4 भर सकते हैं तो चारों में फिल कर दे।
Right. In how many disciplines they should fill. It all depends on your aspirations, how keen you are to get into the university for masters. If you are prepared to take risk of one subject, then fill that, and if you don't get it, you just accept that. But I tell you, and I will not also say that you fill one master's in physics and then one in chemistry and one in biology, and you are preparing for exam for all of those and you are nowhere. So that also doesn't help you. The point is, but I observed that certain of the courses, they have overlapping portion. Like I tell you, microbiology, biochemistry, and bioinformatics, their segment, if you check, they all talk about molecules. So because they have quite a bit portion of overlapping syllabus, so that doesn't give you extra extra burden or extra effort to prepare. That you can try. But and also I tell you one more thing to think about this is the number of seats. You can go to the NTA website and look at the number of seats available. So that also can help you in deciding. But I think it's all up to you how keen you are, and if you are not interested in taking risk, you can fill more than one, but your more than one should be linked to each other. It's not that you are filling in different subjects and you are nowhere. So decide rationally, but I think you can take a chance to fill more than one when you are quite keen, because that option is there. And another thing I tell you here is, I was just reading the notification. The NTA has done what? They are taking exam in different shifts. So if you feel that you feel biochemistry and then you feel microbiology and they'll be at the same time, so your money will go waste. It's not like that, because they are in different shifts. So you can give microbiology in the morning and then in the next shift you can give biochemistry. So things are well planned and well organized, and it gives you option. So you have to fit in your options, and then you have to, weigh the pros and cons of everything. Meaning things can create confusion in your mind, but if you are fundamentally very clear and you have a plan that which college, which university, which subject you want to go, I think you'll be able to sort it out. But you have options to apply for more than one subject.
तो मैम एक काफ़ी कॉमन कन्फ्यूज़न रहता है बच्चों के अंदर कि जिस डिसिप्लिन में वो पीजी में एडमिशन लेना चाह रहे हैं, क्या वो सब्जेक्ट हमें यूजी में पढ़ा होना ज़रूरी है?
He has not studied that question in UG. See, when I went through their brochure or the notification or all other resources, I didn't see it clearly written. But one thing which is very clear is that in master's admission, your knowledge will be checked, and not the superfluous knowledge, your knowledge in depth would be checked. So if you fill in masters in a subject where you don't have a knowledge, I don't think you will be able to qualify in CUET. But sometimes if you want to make a switch, and some of the students, I remember, they feel that they want to make a switch because the one they have studied in undergraduates, and some of the students, they are preparing for IAS, etc., and then they want to excel in the other subjects also. So there is nowhere it's written specifically, but I think like undergraduate you may be asked any time for these type of things. So knowledge matters, but what I would suggest to you, if you want to make a switch, please take that as an additional subject. Fine, meaning apply for 2 rather than 1 so that you don't miss chance, but it is not absolutely clearly written anywhere that you cannot apply in those subjects which you have not studied in your undergraduation. And the other thing to remember always is that your test for knowledge will be in depth here, not like CUET for undergraduate courses. I hope I answered what you wanted to listen to.
सो थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू सो मच। आप अपने बिजी शेड्यूल से इतना टाइम निकालते हैं और हम लोग के साथ आके बच्चों के डाउट्स क्लियर करते हैं। थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू सो मच।
Welcome. You are always welcome for this thing. I hope students are getting help with this.